What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to a long overdue episode of the Hockey Lab podcast. I've taken so much heat in the last few weeks, an obscene amount of heat for the hiatus that we've taken. So, Guards, welcome back, man.
Hey, welcome back to you. People don't realize how busy we are around here.
It's been, I can honestly say that this has been the busiest, I don't know, quarter. Like Q2, Q3 of 2025 are the busiest few months of my life by far.
Yeah, so, I think nobody on the front end of it, you guys were dealing with all the logistics behind getting this open, and then now it was just a barrage of people. Like it was, we got tons of new groups, which is amazing, and just people coming to see. Word is out, bud. Word is out.
So we're sitting inside the brand new GRP HQ. We're sitting at the table, the boardroom, which is, you probably can't see it on camera, but it's a hockey rink. So, everything. There are a lot of really nice touches. Gary spent a lot of time just kind of trying to think of everything in this place. And so obviously it's like building a house, I guess. There's stuff that you wish you could change as soon as you finish, no matter what. Like there's never perfection, but overall I think that we hit on pretty much everything that we were looking to accomplish inside this facility. So 9600 Bathurst Street, located in Maple, Ontario, inside the HBMA, Honey and Berry Memorial Arena, twin pad arena, plus a shooting pad. I don't know. We've been cooking.
We have been cooking. The ice on the other pad's now in. I saw the other day. So,
yeah, it's in. I don't know. Everything's been good. How's your summer been? You've been busy too.
I think it was a crazy start. You never know what you're going to get out here sometimes, which is, I think, the fun part about it. But it's also nerve-wracking that, do we have a goalie? We've been very lucky to have goalies, but I think, how many guys showing up? Guys are banged up. Guys are doing therapy. So you're just kind of running around on the fly. But Luke Joseph's been awesome. Cody Hodgson, we're starting to find our groove, and we're pushing through here. We got 3 more weeks, I think, 2 more weeks of the program, 1 more week of our 6-week program. And it's been amazing. It's so much fun for me to see the guys back every year.
Yeah.
And I think it's with you too. I think you see the gains they make when they're not there. They see, see a lot of the gains.
You're just going to check who that is. That's one of the things that is happening around here. Is place people are excited. So we got a lot of people walking in off the street. So Moff is in the middle of going to check. You can see him. There he goes. He's going to see if this guy needs anything. Looks like he has golf balls. Yeah. Continue.
No. So yeah, I think it's exciting to see the gains and changes that all the kids make. From a physical standpoint, when you see their size and their strength and their muscles and and then you see them on the ice, their speed, their intensity, their hands, just the detail that they've changed their game. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
It's always been one of my favorite things, but I would say one of my favorite things is the community and the culture that we've created, and the way that you have. Is that a broth or a coffee?
It's a broth.
Okay, I think I got a Doppio coming for us.
Perfect.
But one of my favorite things is the culture that we've created inside of this facility and inside of the company, and we've always had it to some extent. But
well, if you're gonna have to do a lot of cutting, the culture.
Just talking about the culture. So we've always had it to some extent, but now I think just the integration of 2 floors. So the new facility has a gym floor in the basement. It's got a gym floor upstairs. So upstairs is our adult fitness, our executive training. Downstairs are athletes, both young and pros. And we're still waiting on the turf section to open up. So we've had a lot of of intermingling, intertwining between these kind of like 3 different categories, so to speak, right? So you've got your executive health, you've got your professional athletes, you have your youth athletes. And, of course, when you have that kind of situation, there's like awkward situations that can come up from time to time where people just don't mind their P's and Q's and, could use some better social awareness. But on the whole, that's been pretty limited. But what has been really cool is that you have this opportunity to meet and talk to different people from different facets of life, which is great. A lot of people that train with us as adults are very successful inside of their own careers, right? So you have this coming together of collective ideas, but then you have a chance for all these kids to really see what is required and what it takes, right?
I was going to hit on that one. That's the coolest part, I think, for these athletes that we have here, and they've been very fortunate to be able to cross paths with world-class athletes, some of the best in their business, and I think we've got it dialed such to a science that they're always moving and they're always doing something, right? They're working out, they're warming up, they're on the ice, they're cooling down, they're eating their shakes, and I don't look up enough to see if guys are actually watching, but I mean, if anybody's listening right now to the kids that are still here for another week or two, my biggest thing would be like, watch the compete, watch the joy, watch the intensity that these guys work with. I mean, we're talking, this is August 12th, 11th, and Connor and Nurse are out there doing one-on-one battles for 10 seconds with a 20-second rest on their own after we just skated for an hour and 15 minutes. Mm-hmm. And to me, that it's just amazing that these kids can see that intensity and that work ethic. And yes, they are the best that they are, but it's not just them, it's everybody. And for me, it's even the younger athletes, our OHL drafted or our first-year NHL drafted guys that are getting to see, guys that they've watched in the last couple of years, just to talk. And everybody's just, everybody's the same around here, and they want to put their best foot forward and work hard. And it's a great atmosphere. I think it's the coolest part about the whole thing. I mean, yeah, it's great to see the greatest players in the world, but I think the coolest part is that it is family oriented. It feels like a family.
Yeah. I mean, you got guys like that getting on the bike at the end of their session to go for a spin and get after it. And, kids, OHL kids, like kids that got drafted last year, they're going to play in the O for the first year this year. They're coming off the ice after them or finishing their workout, and they're like, "Oh, what's he doing?" And they're like, "Oh, he's getting another ride in." And so, the next day you see them get off the ice and then get on the bike, right? Yeah. And it's like they wouldn't have done that, or they might not have done that if not for that interaction.
Exactly.
But they saw it, they mirror it, and collectively it drives the entire
bus
culture forward.
Yeah.
So that's been great. But yeah, overall, facility's been cooking, and even the phone's been ringing, as you saw. We just got a phone call in the middle. 10 years old, a little bit young still for team training. I appreciate the desire and the excitement. But people are excited, and we're excited. The facility's been incredible. The rink's awesome as well.
Yeah, so. The rink's it's coming into form. Obviously it's been a very warm summer. And they have done an amazing job with the amount of heat outside. We've been rocking.
Dustin, Craig, the boys, Michael,
rocking 8, 9 hours a day. So
it's been impressive. So so that part's been great. Any other big highlights from the summer for you?
Well, we're right in the midst of it, so I think I need some time to get away and think about reflect a little reflection. But I think. I've learned a bunch of stuff. I think.
Sorry, it's so far. Yeah.
So far, I think the coolest or the most amazing thing with a lot of these guys is like the amount of fun and joy they have on the ice, even though they are working. And I think that's a big key that I try to push on the other younger kids is that it is still just a game, and we are trying to have fun, and we want to mix in fun at the end of games or at the end of practices, which we try to do. But if you're not out there with a smile on your face, pushing yourself, and that's the next thing I'll say is if you're not having fun and enjoying being out there with the guys, then feels a little bit too much like work, and then you're probably gonna burn out a bit. And then the other thing was just pushing yourself, right?
Right.
Like you've seen it in the gym too. You can yell and scream, and you can scream at kids, but which nobody does. And I don't do it on the ice either. If you want to push yourself to go hard and work on your craft and pick up pucks on the wall at full speed and pass hard and pass game time, then you'll be ready. Mm. But if you don't, you don't.
All good.
And I think that's the difference, right? So. But yeah, other than that, highlights just seeing the intermingling, I think, of the pros, and they're great. I mean, we're very fortunate to have great athletes that get along and are nice. And I think the girl group has been great. They have a great amount of interest in getting better and having joy on the ice and having fun. And so it's the start of a new chapter for us a little bit.
Well, then on top of that, we also have our pro girls, like our PWHL girls, and so the girls that are in the program, like Rory, who I'm sure we'll touch on in a minute, like they have a cool. Can you grab the door? They have a cool opportunity to see like pros,
what it takes.
like they're pros
Yes.
too, right? So I think that is, I think that's fantastic. We're just going to have to figure out some things in here, right? We just got this walking in behind. Sil, you're the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I said you were the best, and thank you so much.
And it's on too. So
Wow. Oh, little fika.
oh, fika.
So that
It actually tastes so much better out of a real
it
cup
does.
too.
It does indeed.
Yeah.
So that part's been fantastic to have the girls program, and I think that's a program that's going to continue to grow for us.
And to just touch on the girls program, I think it's a huge asset for our younger ladies or younger women players to see just the intensity and the speed that they play at. 'Cause
Right.
that's the only little thing I think they lack.
When you look at the
When I look
climb
at the climb of the
climate of girls hockey,
yeah,
right now?
how to get up to the top, like
Yeah.
right, like those girls are doing things at a higher speed. Obviously, their shots are good, but they're working on it. But their intensity on the ice and their speed and their passing and their attention to detail when they're doing stuff,
it's crispy.
Yeah. Very crispy.
Yeah. If I was to think about like big lessons so far, inside of the weight room, I think simplicity is king. That's one thing that we've really honed in on, like just stripping away as much of the fluff as possible and just getting down to what actually matters and moves the needle and what's important. And we've talked about it before on here, but this idea of sport specificity and being sports specific, it matters, but not in the way that most people think about. At the end of the day, sport specific is playing your sport, and the weight room is about general preparation. So it can be bigger, stronger, faster, etc. And then you, as an athlete, take those raw abilities and you go transfer them over. So yeah, it's like let's be simple with it.
Like simplify the movements,
yeah,
simplify
which
the
is
exercises.
no different than the game itself, right?
Yeah, because I was going to hit on that. Like he hit on a big point. Like, we've been fortunate to, and a shout out to Gabe, who's come back from an incredible injury, but he's out here, and I think you get Leon, you get this thought in your head about how you have to be so quick with hands and toe drags and speed around little things, but there's also other ways to get things done. You can be simple, you can be be smart in your movements on your body, getting yourself prepared, using your body to box out. You don't have to move your hands 100 miles an hour like obviously some of our athletes can, right? You can still do a lot of different stuff with different attributes, and watching that too, like it's almost like they slow the game down. So I would recommend people, I think our younger audience has to make sure that we're just not watching YouTube highlights. And we've talked about this before. I sat at home yesterday with my guy and we watched our U18 Canada team play again. Mm-hmm. And like he sat and watched the whole game. And, I was prepping for today, but, to sit there and watch little things, like I think the Finns scored one goal where, and all credit to Landon Dupont, who's going to be an incredible player. I played with his father, but the big Finn guy just got on the inside of him. Right. It was a simple tap in goal, right? This little things, those are things that you don't see on a YouTube clip. You don't see the highlights. You don't see the strength in the corners and the puck, puck possession and protecting. And so watch a game, watch a period, pick a player, follow them around. And see if you pick out some little things that they do that are special that maybe aren't noticed on the YouTube clips.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense. So yes, simplicity matters. It matters a lot. Like strip it back, get to the basics. Like lift heavy, run fast, jump high, jump far. It's not doesn't need to be that complicated. It does not need to be that complicated.
Yeah.
There are obviously levels of nuance, but. Yeah, at the end of the day, if everyone could leave that gym and have like a good squat, a good bench, a good deadlift, good pull up, know how to jump, know how to sprint, they're probably going to be good when they get on the ice.
So if we were to throw it back 25 years ago, we probably didn't have the sprinting and the speed that side, but we still had the bench press, they still had the squat, right?
Yeah, it's like you just don't need to be. Not everything has to be so sport specific. It's like hit some of those big compound movements, do them really, really well. Let's continue to develop and also for us too as coaches, I think the big thing is you need to understand that it is a long-term athletic development model, and so we have to trust. And this can be a bit of a challenge at times because, parents and players want to see certain things, and they want to feel certain things, and they want progress to happen quickly, but that's not the case. And so for us, it's like we have to weigh the decisions that we make inside of the weight room, like what is best for the athlete, and then what is best for the parent-athlete relationship with the brand, right?
Yeah, because they want to see some sort of
right. And so it's a combination of two things. Obviously, like we want them to get better, but it's like, you know, by doing a little less right now, you're probably actually going to get better.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but it just might be a bit more boring because it's not as exciting as what we're going to do. So you get to see like the pro guys go out there and like sprint with chains, let's say,
right.
Or, you know, you get to watch a pro guy deadlift. I watched a guy deadlift 450 yesterday, and then right after that, broad jump 5 times in a row and cover off like 40 feet. And then after that, he did something else. And, you know, there was like a pretty high level of complexity to everything that they did inside of that little work block. And so you're in the gym and you see that too, and you want to do that. But, you know, it would just be better if you just goblet squatted.
Yeah.
Right. It's not as exciting. Like you don't get to jump and sprint, but it would be better for you. And so, for us, it's like, understand that it's a long-term athletic development model, and we want players to be better in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and we'd rather they leave GRP and go somewhere else and get into a weight room and do a squat or do a deadlift, and they're like, oh man, that's tight. Like, you know what you're doing. Awesome. Yeah. As opposed to like going in there and it being sloppy and, you know, maybe they move more total load, quote unquote, but it wasn't as clean. So back to basics, do the simple things really well.
Right. And do it correctly.
Yeah, do it correctly. Which is
I think that's also a little bit of a, and I don't know. I know that when we were growing up, the Europeans, there was big on, you know, form and proper technique. Because then as you grow and as you get stronger, when you have your proper technique, you can push more weight.
Yep.
In turn, you get faster. In turn, you're stronger. In 100%. Turn, you're better on the ice. And I think a guy like myself that maybe didn't have the luxuries. Well, I know I didn't have the luxury of having a great brand like Gary Roberts to teach me those movements that it's tough to learn. It's like a golf swing. Like if you don't learn when you're younger, it's tough to change when you're 25, 30, right?
It's true.
So, you know, you're going in to try to do deadlifts and cleans and hangs, and you just don't have the proper technique.
Yeah.
I agree.
All right. We're going to keep this rolling because we are on a bit of a tight timeline here. Team Canada. You mentioned it.
Shout out. Dima.
What a dog.
2 goals today already.
Oh.
Against Switzerland.
9-1 against the Swiss.
Oi weh. Es ist nicht gut für uns. Für unsere Heimort. Yeah, that's... I watched the other game against the Finns. There's some big boys out in the Finnish team. Whoa. It was a good game. But that's great. Dima's silky.
He is good, and he's a unique player. So we worked with the Zilkens a couple of years ago, and then they left. They were in Florida for a summer. They did some other things, and then they came back into the fold this year. We've been happy to have them. And Dima competes.
Well, he has that X factor, right?
That just competitive dog in him. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
You know, he's on the ice the Friday scrimmage. Although I have to say, there's been some crazy Friday scrimmage moments. We got guys blocking shots.
Well, our boy Maddox Schultz, shout out to him, eating pills the first day.
Maddox came out his first Friday scrimmage. He goes down,
takes one off the elbow,
drops to a knee, blocks a shot off the elbow, goes down the other way, game winner.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dima competes hard, so it's nice to see him get some success there. And then on the girls' side, like we mentioned, Aurora Matt, who's also a dog.
Unreal.
Like works so hard in the gym, so hard on the ice, such a sweet girl.
Yeah.
Like polite, has time for everyone. It was awesome to see. So we were stoked to see her make the team. So
she's quite an athlete.
So I think that's a name that people will see in the future.
100%.
Sure, in Canadian hockey.
100%.
Who else do we got?
Oh, then we got the boys like Robbie and Connor and Quentin and
Robbie, Connor, QB,
Zach,
Himes,
Daryl,
D Watts.
Yeah, all getting out to that.
C Tans got snubbed again. Didn't get an invite to this one again. Poor Chris. Yeah. Hot topic. Is it a hot topic in the media? I think it is.
I think.
No one wants to touch it. Everyone's like,
we'll maybe save that for a special one when the Leafs start, because he's a huge proponent to that team, and I think his skill set that he brings is on top of his work ethic is special. So
yeah, I'm excited for the Olympics. I think it's going to be awesome.
The boys were back today, though. They were flying the tandems, man.
Yeah.
Whatever they got into out east there was good.
The Far East.
Far East. Some good wagyu.
He got married in Taiwan.
Yeah, I think we're very fortunate, obviously, and we'd love to say we help out as much as we can, but these guys are they put the work in, they put the time in, so it's kudos to them, and I think we have a great group of young NHL drafted kids that are just ready to take another step. So and I think to Dima, to Connor, to all these guys, I think the intensity level that they play against each other is probably the reason why they're all dogs on the bone, right? They're chasing, they're hunting pucks, they're competing fairly, but they compete. So
the Four Nations this past year, just the excitement that had, like, makes me so much more excited about the Olympics this year.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be incredible.
That's what, Feb, right? Same time, like All-Star break.
Yeah.
Should be fun, man. We get World Juniors, Spangler, and then the Olympics all in.
That's the trip we should take. We should go Spangler, then hit the World Juniors for New Year's, and then just get lost in the Alps for a bit. For 6 weeks. Go to Cortina and maybe work on our skiing, and then just slide on down into Milan.
Oh,
hey?
Yeah.
All on the
just get
bill.
Lost in a cave.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, they only had cheese and wine in
we'll
there.
We'll just take the podcast on the road.
Yeah.
I got a couple good places we could stop in.
I'm sure.
So we go see Tierns, we go see Shorzy.
And then the boys, they just kicked
KG,
off. They just kicked off.
Yeah.
The Euro guys, we had more Europeans this year than we've had ever before, and I think
Tillo scored his first game.
Oh,
Biasca, yep.
That's awesome. And so I think part of that's just like a maturation of careers for a lot of these guys, right?
Yep.
But it's exciting.
An option for I think it's cool for a lot of their families too. KG's kids and Shorzy and Tierns and all those guys. They're getting to a stage now where they get to spend nights with their families and see them, every day.
Yeah.
And there's something to be said about that. So
playing over there. So anyway, it's the pod's back. We apologize.
Yeah.
We're back.
We'll get next week will be good too because we lose a couple groups.
We're back to our regular cadence.
Yes.
And appreciate the support through these tough times. Gym opening, off-season program, tough times.
Yeah, and a shout out to all the people that are very interested. I just keep hearing raves about it everywhere. They want to know about it. They want to come. I mean, I think we're working on a new group for next year already. So I think it's I think the biggest thing to take away is just and we've talked about this before, is how much people care. So it is a family feeling in here. We care about each individually and also throughout the season, right? So once you leave here, it's not like we just don't see you till the next spring. So there's still conversations. We still want to talk to you. We still would love to work with you. We still want to work on some other stuff that we can help you with. So it's cool. Moving in the right direction.
All right. Thanks, Gards.
Thank you.